Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and tonight I'm sharing some information that somebody invited you to take a look at. They thought that it might be something that you'd be interested in. And I first took a look at this, oh gosh, back in 2008, 15 years ago. At the time, I was overwhelmingly busy. So if you're watching this tonight and you're like, I don't have time to add anything to my plate, even if everything she says I love, there's no way I can do it. That's totally where I was. I'm actually not in my typical location tonight. I live in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. My boys are 16 and 19. I have a child who's a sophomore in high school and one who is a freshman at Clemson finishing up his exams. The next 2 days, my husband and I have been married for 26 years, and we've been married 10 years when we first took a look at this. I was working full-time as a physician assistant, practicing medicine, saw 60 to 70 patients a day, wrote 200 prescriptions a day. My husband was a contractor, a general contractor, but working full-time as an estimator. And in 2008, we made some massive life changes. I was working so much that I never saw my kids, and I decided I didn't want to live that way anymore. I don't care how much money I made. I wanted to have time freedom. I wanted to be with my kids. And so we invested $50,000 twice. So $100,000 total in two separate businesses, a skincare retail store in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, and a contracting company. My husband started a construction company. So we're still working our full-time jobs. Now we're running two businesses, and we have two children who we never see. On top of that, my sister's son had just been diagnosed with severe autism, and I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. So I had gone on this massive research journey looking for the answers to why did he have autism. And that research led me to the understanding that what we put into our bodies, the nutrition we do or do not consume, is very, very important. And that freaked me out, if I'm being honest. It was not something I learned in medical school. I learned a lot about writing pharmacologic medications in medical school, and I wrote over 200 a day at that point in my career, but I didn't know a lot about nutrition. And so I had been doing all this research, and my brothers called me and said, hey, we've got a company we want you to look at. I agreed to take a look. Within minutes of watching the presentation I'm about to share with you, I knew I was meant to be involved with this company. I knew they were speaking truth. They were using it in a clinical practice for 15 years. No, I'm sorry, 30 years before starting this business. And I was intrigued because when you know truth about nutrition, you recognize it. I will tell you there's two different groups attracted to the nutrition side of what we're offering here today. One is really into nutrition, and they start to look at what we have and they say, this is really good. And it's all in one location, and this is going to cut down on other things that I'm purchasing, especially if it really works. And I'm going to tell you right now, it really works. And they have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. But number two, the people who don't eat really healthy and they know they should do better. Okay. Maybe you're doing Chick-fil-A 3 times a week. Maybe you're doing McDonald's. Maybe you're drinking Coke at lunch. Maybe your kids are drinking Coke at lunch. And you know, like, I should be doing better, but you don't know what to do. Maybe you have growing athletes and they're, eating pizzas and burgers and chicken tenders and milkshakes. And you're like, I know I could do better. I know I could give them an edge. Maybe you're watching parents struggle with their health, or siblings or neighbors. And you're like, I'm getting nervous about my own health. But you don't know what to do. And I'm going to tell you, it's not the Centrum vitamin at your local Walgreens. So if you're supplementing right now and you don't see a difference, you can't tell when you take it, your lab work doesn't show the results, you can't feel when you take it, you need to listen to me on this, okay? So I'm going to share with you information about this company that I hope it's enough information that you can make an educated decision about whether or not you're interested in learning more. Most people who watch this presentation are interested in being a consumer of sorts. They're interested in purchasing products from the person that invited them to take a look. And again, my presentation is struggling, so I might be doing this without a slideshow tonight, guys. I don't know why it's struggling, but it is. We're going to try one more time and see if I can't get it to work. So I'm going to show some pictures of what I looked like when I first got started, when I was really into nutrition. And what's so crazy is, although I was really into nutrition, I didn't look like I was. How many people, or how many of you listening, know somebody who's really into nutrition, but they still have their Tums in their bag, or their Advil PM, or they poop once a week, or they don't look like they're healthy? That was definitely me. I struggled horribly with sleep issues. I struggled with my weight. I just hired a personal trainer and spent $3,000, and I lost, in this picture here, I'd lost 3 pounds, and I was like, yay. No, I was frustrated. My son pooped once a week. He would bleed and cry. It was awful. and I was told to put him on Miralax by my pediatrician. Miralax is antifreeze in a bottle. Don't give it to anyone you love. And so I was trying the natural way. Nothing was working. So I get started on this system after watching this presentation. I call my brothers and I'm like, give it to me. I mean, I want all of it, not just for me. I want it for my kids and my sister and my husband. I want it for everybody in my family because I knew it was truth. I knew we needed to get the toxins out and pour the nutrition in. And so I said, give it all to me. I'm not going to tell anybody about it, but I saw it as a shortcut for me. Like instead of the juicing and the garden and the health food store, and I saw it as an easy fix. Okay. Within 7 days, my sleep issues were gone. Within 7 days, my son's constipation issue gone. 3-year-old was no longer bleeding and crying. She was gone. 3 months in, I'd lost 32 pounds. And my patients were all saying, what the heck have you done? What is going on here? And I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to be that salesperson. When you see 70 patients a day, everybody's trying to sell you something. My husband had radical physical transformation as well. But what you can't see in the pictures is mentally. He struggled with severe anger and depression issues. And I had one foot out the door of our 10-year marriage. Our household, the atmosphere in our household was just been down and crazy and just tumultuous. And you could feel it when you walked into our house. There was not peace. And 6 weeks in, these crazy ups and downs that my husband had been experiencing were gone. And I will tell you, his family had sat me down and had an intervention of sorts and said, he needs to be on antidepressants. See, but I'm a prescriber. So I know they start with one and then it's double the dose and it's triple the dose. And then you need the anxiety meds for the side effects. Then you need sleeping meds for the side effects. So 2 years later, you're on 5 meds instead of dealing with the depression. So I just dealt with it. And so when 6 weeks in, it was gone. Life-changing. Not enough to talk about it, though. What made me decide to talk about it was this little guy with the red hair. This is my nephew, Bo. He was totally nonverbal at the age of 3. He was in diapers. We were told he would never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. We were told he would never speak. And 3 months in, he came into my house Christmas of 2008 and said, Aunt Rachel, what a beautiful Christmas tree. Mind-blowing, life-changing. I have to tell the world. He just graduated from the same high school that I did in Tallahassee this past May. He still has autism. He's still on the spectrum. But his life was totally different from the prognosis that we were given that day. And all I know is he was nonverbal. He wasn't potty trained, introduced pure. He was verbal. My sister was able to communicate with her son. Massive change in our household. So that is what caused me to decide that I was going to start to share this with others. So there's 2 groups of people attracted to what we have. Most are attracted to the health aspect. That's totally what attracted me. Many are attracted to the income. They're struggling. I have a friend right now who's looking at struggling financially and looking at applying at Walmart, like looking to trade their hours for dollars because they just need a couple $100 extra a month. That might not be you. Maybe you're in the category that I was in where I wanted to take off Fridays and go on field trips with my kids. I wanted another stream of income because one, that was just smart. And I wanted time freedom. So I will tell you, if the business side of it appeals to you at all, it will give you the financial fuel to do the things you're passionate about. If you meet 3 criteria, and I will talk about those as we go on. How are we different from other companies out there? One, we're for everyone. I have a lot of friends who sold skincare for women, just for the women. 50% of the population, and the ones who would spend over $200 a month on their skincare, even smaller percentage. This is for the men. It's for the women. It's for your children. It's for your parents. It's even for your dogs and cats. So it's 100% of the population. It's a consumable product that you can tell when you run out of. When you all of a sudden run out, you call the person, knock on their door. Oh my gosh, I'm out. I'm out of my Mila. I'm out of my sulfur. I'm not pooping daily anymore. I'm not sleeping like I was sleeping. My pain is coming back. I realized it's that stuff. Can I get more? They use it, they run out. Unlike jewelry, unlike leggings, unlike knives or vacuum cleaners, it's a consumable product. Good business, by the way. Consumable product for 100% of the demographic is good business. It really comes down to whether or not they repurchase. So here's what we found. 100 people start on our 30-day servicing. 93 of them repurchase unsolicited. At least 2 to 3 of our products going forward. That's a pretty good repurchase rate. And that's what makes us different. I'm not here for what happens in the first 30 days. Although I'll tell you what happens in the first 30 days is enough to make 93 out of 100 repurchase. I'm here for the results in the lab. And that comes in months 3 and 4. We're a 15-year-old company. We're totally debt free. About 17,000 people are actually sharing the message in the United States. We're also in Korea, Thailand, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, but less than 100,000 Americans even know that we exist. We've never done social media. We literally spread person to person, word of mouth, and we are spreading faster right now than we ever have in the last 15 years that I've been involved with this company. My son is taking marketing. He's majoring in the business school at Clemson, majoring in marketing. He's just finishing up an entrepreneurship class. He just interviewed me last week because he wants to go into marketing because of what he's seen me accomplish in 15 years with the money income stream, with the time freedom. And he had a question for me for this project he had to turn in at Clemson, which was, Mom, what do I say when people say this is a scam? I kind of get snarky sometimes and I'm like, let me see their check and I'll show them my check. I don't wake up to an alarm clock. I bet you do, but that doesn't help, right? So I said, tell them that billionaires who are entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, have gone on record, and you can find it, saying that this business model is a legit, brilliant business model for any American to get started in because of the low overhead, because of the low investment and the ability to leverage your time. Robert Kiyosaki, another brilliant, successful entrepreneur, gone on record saying this business model is, in fact, he said, the business of the 21st century in his book in 2010. We teach you how to leverage your time. Are you making money while you sleep right now? Based on efforts you did over the last 10 years. Some of you might be in real estate. Good. Great place to make business. When you're selling houses, you're making money. If you go to Europe for 3 weeks, like I did last summer with my husband and my boys, you're not making money while you're gone. I make money all the time. I could close my computer, put my phone down, move to France for the next year, 2024, and I'd make more money in 2024 than I did in 2023 because of the work I've done for the last 15 years. Do you have anything else paying you like that? See, I teach you how to leverage your time. I'm working for whoever invited you right now. They're probably eating dinner with their family. Who knows what they're doing? Watching a Christmas movie. I'm working for them. All they did was invite you. Do you have anybody working for you for free right now? Well, you will if you join Pure. I was attracted to how it started in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. There was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in, and they said, we're going to start a company, but we're just going to spread it by word of mouth. They took their marketing money that most new businesses use to do billboards and ads and Facebook ads and social media and commercials and all the stuff. And they said, we're just going to pay people. Brilliant, brilliant business model. So I believe after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of sharing this message, that over 90% of the issues we face as a human race, and I'm talking every issue, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, migraines, eczema, allergies, restless leg syndrome. Let's go through the bowel issues, constipation, diverticulitis, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease. Let's go through all of it, right? What causes these things? Depression, anxiety, ADHD. I believe it's these 3 things. And I'm going to show you how we knock these 3 things out with 30 seconds of nutrition in the morning and 30 seconds of nutrition at night every day. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. Our food is being sprayed by guys wearing hazmat suits. Cancer rates are skyrocketing because we're being poisoned. We're sitting more than we're sitting. Sitting is the new smoking. We sit all day long. We stare at our screens. We consume too much sugar. We're not exercising enough. We're totally stressed out versus 75 years ago when there was one income household and somebody took care of the household. Now, those of you that are women that are watching, we are really masters of multitasking, and most of us are doing multiple things. We're doing the laundry. We're doing the dishes. We're doing the homework, and we're making money. We're stressed. And it shows in the way that we look and the way that we feel, and it shows in the longevity of our lives as well, and how quickly diseases are hitting us. Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, thyroid issues, adrenal fatigue syndrome, chronic fatigue syndrome, the amount of coffee we're consuming because we're not getting enough sleep, we're out of balance. We're extremely acidic. I'm not going to go into talking about the acidic alkaline balance, but anybody who's into nutrition knows you need to put more plants in your body to help your body get to the pH it's supposed to be at. We're undernourished. Go to a local lunchroom tomorrow and watch what they're eating. The studies are showing it. The Journal of Nutrition came out and said that more than half of our kids are not getting the vitamins that they need. Yes, we're trying to supplement, but you don't travel with it because you can't tell when you take it. You can't tell when you don't. Your lab work doesn't show when you take it. Your lab work doesn't show when you don't. So whatever, you buy it when you see an ad on TV, you stick it in your closet, maybe you use it for 5 days and then you stop. Cure's not like that. We have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and I want you to think about servicing your body. We service our cars. We service our air conditioning units. We fix our roofs if they're broken. We service these suckers if they break. But this is your one irreplaceable asset. It's your one irreplaceable asset. We talk about servicing it. People get all nervous, like, ooh, I don't know that I can afford that. I mean, what is your health worth? As your parents begin to age, mine are in their 80s, you began to recognize, did they take care of themselves financially and health wise, or didn't they? And if you don't take care of it now, you will be paying for it later. So I'm talking about a 30-day servicing that's less than $10 a day. Do it once a year. 93 out of 100 people choose to go forward with 2 to 3 of our products on a monthly basis because they can feel when they take it. You can't eat your way out of the problem. For over a decade, we've known. Back in 2010, there were multiple studies showing that essentially 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat were what were needed to equal the same amount of nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things. So we're starving. We're literally starving. We're eating everything in sight and we're still not getting filled because our cells are screaming for whole raw food nutrition, Genesis 1:29. The answer is what this company's philosophy is. We have to cleanse our bodies of the toxins. We have 7 eliminatory channels: your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. They have to be cleansed. All of them. We have to balance. We have to get sleep. We have to exercise. We have to pour more alkalinizing foods into our bodies. If you put more acidic foods into your bodies than you do plants, the book The China Study, the book Truth About Cancer, book Chris Beat Cancer, all with multiple studies proving the importance of pouring more greens and more plants in than you do meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread. Did you get more greens in today than you did those other things? If not, pay close attention. It's important. It matters for the long run. It matters for later in your life. It matters for now. It matters for how you function on a daily basis. We build our trillions of cells up with whole raw food nutrition. We have multiple medical doctors recommending it in their offices. We have the largest eye center in Tennessee that you cannot go in there without them talking to you about these products because they've seen the results of the eye scans before Pure and after Pure. Now all patients get taught about Pure. The largest dental clinic in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. You cannot go in and get your teeth cleaned without hearing about the 30-day servicing because they've seen the mouth before and after Pure. These are doctors who look into the eyes and the mouth and they see the changes. The other doctors on the left-hand side of the page are internal medicine, primary care surgeons. They see the lab work changes. 3, 4 months in. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. This is the starter package. Okay, listen. 30-day servicing is called the Core Plus. It's made up of 7 products. I don't have time to go through them right now. You can ask your friend who invited you to send you this video walking you through these things, or you can go to a website I'm going to point you towards in a minute. This is your plant-based calcium. It's sulfur that decreases inflammation. It's omega-3s in plant form that your body quickly absorbs, more potent than any other form of omega-3. Omega-3s have been shown to prevent or reverse almost every single disease we face as humans, and no one's consuming them. And you might be like, consuming them? Mila's better. Daily Build is the most comprehensive vitamin you will find on the planet. All whole raw food nutrition. The Cleanse cleanses your 7 channels that you eliminate through. And the Goyen is our happy juice. They call it marriage counselor in a bottle. It's just calming. Okay, so these are the 7 products you use every day. I'm going backwards. Every day for 30 days. And these are the 6 things that the average person notices in 30 days. Better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowel habits, better mood, and weight loss. 30-day satisfaction guarantee if you are not happy at the end of your 30 days. If you're over 40 or you're literally popping pills all the time, I don't care what kind of pills we're talking about. If you're popping pills, they're in your purse, you have to take them every day, you need to be on the Core Complete. It's made up of our super fruits that are, each of them have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown as for medicinal purposes and have been studied, and clinically published studies have been done on these superfruits for the last 3 to 4 decades here in the US. You need them in your life, okay? I take them every single day. Now, people, when they hear me go, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. This is so confusing. How do I get all this in? It seems like a lot. My boys are now, they were 9 months old and 3 years old when I started. They did shots every morning for a very long time. We don't do flu shots in our household. I'll just be honest. We do superfruit shots and we don't get sick. My kids now teach on the sports line. They're like super competitive athletes, bodybuilders, and they're asked everywhere they go, oh my gosh, what do you use? And this is the smoothie that I make every single morning in my household. It takes about 30 seconds for me to put it together and make it. And that 30 seconds of making, I get more nutrition in my body in 1 week than my whole neighborhood gets in a week. I get more nutrition in one morning than they get in a week. And so, yes, it's easy. You can do it. Do you have to like set aside time and do it? Yes. But your body's worth it. And if you don't take care of this one irreplaceable asset, you're in trouble. Whatever's in your genetic pipeline is coming down the pipeline towards you. What did your parents struggle with? Your grandparents struggle with? It's going to get you sooner or later. Make sure you take care of this. I'm handing it to you on a platter. Okay, these are my boys, super muscular after using the sports line in combination with the Core Complete system. We have lots of videos educating you on how to take the products. This is that website I said I was going to point you towards where you can learn about the sports line. You can learn more about the 30-day servicing and the products in that. You can learn more about the Core Complete, which includes those superfruits. You can learn about our skincare line, which is straight from Korea and delivers phenomenal results, all plant-based, all natural, and 95% of users see results in 2 weeks. 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Right now, we have a special limited gift set offer with the Senseo. So if you're interested in skincare, ask whoever invited you. I also don't have videos or pictures of this. I don't think, maybe I do on another slide, of our new weight loss supplements, Magic and Magic Plus. These are 2 brand new weight loss supplements. One of them includes berberine. If you don't know anything about berberine, go do some research on berberine and how it slows the digestion of your food and how it helps to even out the blood sugar levels. And then our other Magic Plus has DNF in it, which reduces the appetite. Sound familiar to something very familiar going around in the world right now that has all of these awful side effects to it? Well, ours has no side effects. And I've actually been combining the 2 for the last 5 days, and I'm seeing actually 7 days, half a pound a day of weight loss. It's pretty phenomenal because in the holiday season, most people are seeing a half a pound a week of weight gain, and I'm seeing weight loss on a daily basis. And so this website, ask whoever invited you to add you to our Facebook page. You can use the search box to type in whatever you're struggling with, migraines, ADHD, cholesterol, and then go searching through the thousands of testimonies that have been posted since we started this page 5 years ago. No claims. We don't know what's going to happen for you. These are just honest people sharing with you their results. These products don't heal your body or cure anything, by the way. They get your body working the way it's supposed to work. Here's my goal. In the beginning, my goal was to get everybody on the products, get everybody with a membership. Membership with this company is free. It gives you 25% off of the retail price of the products. Think of it like Costco or Amazon, but for free. But over the years, I would run across people who would want that 30-day servicing, which is $289, and they'd say, I can't afford it. And I realized we have a money problem, a serious money problem in this country. And, I grew up in a family with money problems. I went to school, got good grades, got a good job, got a great pay, making more than most physicians do in the line of work that I was in. But I then had no time. And I realized that the American dream and what they teach us isn't necessarily really a dream when you get to the end of that road. And thankfully, I figured that out in my early 30s, and I went on another path of searching. What is the way to create time freedom and have financial freedom and not be worried about money? And I'm going to tell you, I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's not too late to change. It's not too late to create another stream of income. And you don't need $100,000 and purchasing a franchise and giving up all of your days and living after you sign all the paperwork and giving up royalty fees and living in a franchise. You don't need to go work at a bar or at Walmart and trade your hours for dollars. There is a way to do it. I said earlier, there's 3 things you need. 1, you need to have some work ethic. You need to be willing to work and be coachable, able to follow a system in place. It's very much like a franchise, but without the royalty fees and the contracts and the overhead. Okay, 2, you need to have a drive. You need to have a reason why you're doing this. If you're just like, I'm just floating down the river of life and you don't have a deep desire to actually change the way you are, you're not going to change. I would equate it to someone going into the gym and saying, I want to lose weight, but they don't go every day, or they go and they barely try, or they go for 3 weeks and they don't see results, so they quit. That person is not going to see results. I teach you how to do this in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week from your phone. And if you can do that, you can create a weekly paycheck. That's easy. It's not difficult for me to help somebody create a weekly paycheck. I'm looking for 100 people who want to lock in $10,000 per week of residual income. And I'm finding them on a regular basis. I have a process that I go through where I'm literally sifting and sorting the people who join our team hourly, looking for those people who seriously want to radically change lives. This is the future. E-commerce is the future. Digital marketing is the future. Health and wellness is the future. All the baby boomers are figuring out that what they put in their body matters. Their kids are figuring out that what they put in their body matters. And when you line us up with the other options out there, we beat the other options. We're affordable, especially when you get on our Smart Ship program, and our products actually work. So if you're ready to get started with the products, livepure.com, guys. Go to livepure.com, throw what you want into your shopping cart. I started with the family pack. I had no intention of telling anyone about this at all, but I wanted to service not just my body, but my husband and my kids. And I think if I just started with the 30-day servicing, the Core Plus or the Core Complete, I don't know that I'd be here today. I'm not here because of my weight loss. I'm not here because I started sleeping. I'm here because of my nephew, because of my husband's results, because of my child's results. And if I just had enough for me, I don't know if I would have shared it with them. So I started with the family pack, and you also get a massive discount. You get like $1,500 worth of products for free with that purchase. So when you go to checkout, it'll ask you, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes. Give them your email address. You get 25% off. It will ask you who sent you to the website. Make sure you type in the name of the person who invited you here. But if you're listening to this and you're like, I do need an extra income stream. I'm sick of being out of money every December. I'm ready to just start to put a little bit of investment into my financial future. Or maybe you're just like, I know people who need to hear about this. I'm going to Missouri and Illinois the second week of January because no one in those states knows about it. And I'm going to be doing 2 to 3 to 4 presentations in multiple small areas, maybe 20, 30 people at a time, because people need to know. They don't have to be sick. They don't have to be broke. We're looking for mouthpieces, people who want to spread the word. We have training websites that you get access to as soon as you choose to partner with us. I've been putting this together for 15 years, a system that you plug into 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week on your phone. If you choose to partner with us with the family package, you get access to our VIP page, which has special question and answer sessions for you once a week, special leadership retreats. We have trainings yearly for all of the people who work with me. The next one is in February in Jacksonville, Florida. And this is a group of people who just earned a Life Changers leadership retreat to Asheville, Florida, a cute resort called the Horseshoe Farms. And this is the group of people that earned it. 2 nights, 3 days, multiple spa visits for these people. And we were able to spend time together, really getting to know each other, hearing about each other's goals, and working together to try to help everybody achieve what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Some people don't want to lock in $10,000 a week. Some want to lock in 1,000 a month. Some want to lock in 1,000 a week. Whatever, that's fine. We're here to help you learn, achieve, and be your very best self and impact as many lives as you possibly can. Listen, there's a lot of people out there that are just going through life and they feel like when they're gone, no one will even know that they were here. If you want a way to impact others, this could be that thing. So I want to encourage you. We have so many stories I could walk you through tonight. People who walked away from corporate incomes and have replaced it completely with a portion of the time sharing this with others, like Kristen and Skip Hendricks. Skip saw that Phil Knight is one of our majority investors, and he said, oh my gosh, I partnered with that guy years ago and made a lot of money. I'm in if he's in. They literally partnered with us, followed the system from their phone, sat down, started inviting people to watch a presentation like this, and made $30,000 in 9 weeks. One of the first people they called was Cozy, who had just lost her husband to cancer, was raising their 4 kids by herself. Cozy sat down, made a list, started inviting people to take a look. Literally, this is how the phone call goes. Hey, Beth, I have something you need to look at. I don't know if it's for you, but will you jump online tonight and take a look? That's it. And if you can invite people to take a look, maybe you'll be like Cozy, who made $32,000 in 12 weeks. David and Lindley, same thing, made a list, called people, made $102,000 in 6 months from their phone, calling people. Josh and Ashley paid off $30,000 of debt in 5 weeks. They continue to make weekly checks with Pure. They use that money to buy real estate. They now have 12 passive income rental properties that they purchased with their Pure income. Pure gives you the financial fuel that you're looking for to do the things you're passionate about. You can build 2 different ways here. You can build teams of people who choose to plug into what I'm doing and share with others, or you can sell the products. I like to think of it like a vending machine. When I started, I was a vending machine. I would tell everybody about it, and they'd come to my website and they'd order. And it was similar to me having vending machines up and down I-10. And every time somebody ordered from me, they got health and life instead of Pepsi and Coke and Oreos, right? So I was making a little bit of money, but then those vending machines began to duplicate because they began to plug into our system, and then they would begin to become brand partners. And my 3 vending machines would become 9, and then they'd become 19, and then become 30. I'd go to sleep at night and wake up and I'd have 90 instead of 30. You have something duplicating like that while you sleep right now. You can literally have teams all around the world. But I will tell you this, if you know 2 people who you think might plug in and share this with others, you can have residual income for the rest of your life. We are a 15-year-old company. We've made it past the 5-year mark where everybody fails. I'm not kidding. That is a rule of thumb in the entrepreneur world. We've made it past that point. We have investors that are billionaires. We're not going anywhere. Do you know 2 people that might be willing to spread this message? I use this diagram for a reason. First, I want you to understand the vending machines. But second, I like to address the question of, is this a pyramid? What do you mean by that? Like a pyramid scheme? Yeah, those are illegal. Okay, we would have been gone like in 3 months if it was a pyramid scheme. That's what Bernie Madoff's in prison for. Why would Phil Knight be investing with something that's illegal? He's one of the wealthiest men in the world. Okay, so take that off the table. No. I mean, where the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job where I used to work, where the doctor made the most, then the CFO, then the doctors, then the PAs? We weren't allowed to make more than the doctors, then the nurses, then the secretaries. It's the opposite of that. Because that secretary could never make as much as the doctor. Here, you can make more than me. I make more than the person who told me and the person who told them and the person who told them because I refused to quit. I refused to quit because this is what I knew. Bo didn't speak, introduced Pure. Bo, my nephew, was speaking. I didn't care what people said. I'm like, this was the only difference. It's a radical change. I'm telling the world. Here, what I want you to see is there's only 2 people. So if you begin to share this and you bring in Sade and you bring in Pat, and then you bring in Timothy and you bring in Israel, and Timothy and Israel place orders, Sade will benefit. There will be a savings account built for Sade. Whether she shares this or not, you're building a savings account for her with people that she doesn't even know. So maybe you're Sade and you're watching tonight. Whoever invited you, they're inviting a lot of people. If you partner with your friend tonight, you will earn more in your savings account than if you partner next month. If your friend is inviting, and if she invited you, then they're inviting. All right. So if you think you might ever share this with others, now is the time. It matters whether you join today, next week, or next month. There's no cap to what you can make. Absolutely no cap. It's $49 to enroll. That's waived if you order one of our business packs. The monthly overhead is 3 products a month, about $135. Your health is worth that. But if you can't afford it, and Aunt Betty is your customer and she orders 3 products a month, your overhead is covered. And then you go place your first order. Start wherever you want. Start wherever you want. You can start with the 30-day servicing for $289 and your $49 brand partner enrollment fee, and you're in. You can start earning on a weekly basis. I highly recommend the family pack if you want to earn income because we have extras for you, lots of extras. We have the leadership retreats, we have the Q&A calls, we have special private Zooms that you get to record with our leaders, plus $1,500 of extra money in your package. Plus, you get extra bonuses from the company, higher bonuses for the next 3 months of getting started. So it's a great, great place to start if you're thinking of doing the business. Do you have to start here? No. Are there benefits to starting here? Absolutely. What a lot of people do is like, I just feel the results first. They start with the Core Plus or Core Complete. Then they buy the skincare. Then they buy the Metabolic Reset. Then they buy the sports line. Then they've spent over $4,000 and like, dude, I wish I'd just gotten the family pack to start. Remember, there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So livepure.com, you guys, throw what you want into your cart. At checkout, it's going to say, do you want to be a brand partner? Yes. Who invited you? Put the name in. And if you like to travel for free, these are over 40 people that we helped earn the trip to Sorrento, the 5-star resort up on the top of the hill. Our owner rented the whole thing out and we had it, our group of people. This is all the people on our team, our Life Changer team, all walks of life, all ages, all colors, you name it, we've got it here. Okay, and then this is over 50 who earned the trip to Greece this past summer. We stayed in the same hotel that George Clooney was in 5 days before us. This is some of our group sitting at the pool, and we're going to Switzerland in September. If you're watching this now, if you like to travel, if you can't imagine spending $20,000 on a trip for you and your spouse to Switzerland, but that sounds really appealing, I highly recommend talk to your friend, let them know your interest level. Don't go into the witness protection program, guys. Literally, don't disappear on your friend. Come back and say, these are my questions. I have questions. I want to know this. I want to know that. And I can promise you this, if you don't make a change, nothing will change. And we'll get to December of 2024, and maybe you'll be in more debt, or maybe you'll be at the same financial status you're at right now. You'll have a few more gray hairs, maybe a few pounds heavier, or your cholesterol numbers will be up a little bit more. Your kids will be a little bit older. I'm going to tell you the time freedom I've had, the relationships I've been able to build with my kids because I started this 15 years ago. It's priceless. I'm so thankful, my brothers. I said no 5 times in 8 minutes. Like I said, no, 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 I'm not interested. I'm so glad they didn't give up. And they kept saying, you got to look. You can say no, just give me an educated no. I'm going to stay on for just a minute, answer any questions that you guys have if you're watching the recording. Thanks so much for listening. Get back to the person who invited you. I look forward to working with you if this is something that you choose to do. So we're going to stop the recording, and I will tell you, if you're watching this, you probably have an inkling as to whether or not this is for you or not. You probably won't be able to sleep thinking about it. It'll keep popping up. So get asked to be added to the Changing Lives with Pure page. Do your research. We don't want you just jumping in. We want you to know that you know you're supposed to be here. I stay on for a little while and answer questions, but I am actually not at my house right now. So I'm not going to stay on very long if there's not any questions. So if you're on and you're watching and you have one, there's a Q&A button at the bottom. Please feel free. To reach out. I see a lot of familiar names, but then I see names that are not familiar. So Kenneth, I know you sat with Greg Urban yesterday. Greg and Melissa's story is tremendous. They have a massive team that spans all across the country. She has more medical providers on her team, she and Greg, than anybody else in my entire business. And I work very, very closely with them and have for a very long time. So what questions do you have? Like, it's legit, it's real. And we are seriously looking for people who are going to partner with us to spread the news. This is what I do full time. I will tell all of you, the people who reach out to me the most are the ones who make the most money. So I see you guys on here. Corey, I talked to today. Joe, we're doing a presentation at your house this week. I'm looking forward to that with you and your wife. Lee, I got to meet you last night in Auburn. That was awesome. So glad to meet you. She joined 3 weeks ago, Lee, and has a tremendous testimony already. That's why we do this. We're changing people's lives every single day. So let me just double check that there's no questions. No questions. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Merry Christmas. And I hope that I get to see many of you in the next coming week.